How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is Alvin with Trying Success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. Of course, y'all seen this guy before. We have a great show today. We're bringing him back to give us an update on the Rooted Friends Project. None other than Mr. Swole Sean. How you doing, sir? Like that one, huh?
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
I'm going to first start out by congratulating you on your 50C3. Congratulations. You diligently worked hard and was patient with it.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. You sit on the board, so
yeah,
it's been coming, man, and it's finally here. So now the real work starts, and we have events planned and talking to people, trying to raise money, all those things that go along with being a nonprofit. Okay. So we're super excited on this end. We are.
So you have a couple of events coming up. We pulled them off the email you sent us. You got a skating event coming up, and so tell us a little bit about the events you have coming up.
Yeah, June 20th. We wanted to do it for Juneteenth. We wanted to do it for Juneteenth, which is June 19th, okay. But we could not find a facility. And the one facility that was not available to us, but was available for that day, had already been booked.
Okay.
So June 20th, which is a Monday, we're doing it from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Here in Los Angeles, on the outskirts of Los Angeles, but Long Beach, California, Pigeons Roller Rink.
Okay.
Like I said, it goes from 11 to 1 p.m. Okay. So we're hoping to have somewhere between 50 to 100 kids there, okay, and their families. So it's just an opportunity to fellowship, man. Just get out, hang out. Most people have not been on skates in forever, so it should be a great time for those who just enjoy rolling. So my son's going to help out. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, skating is coming back. Skating seems to be the thing that's come. And I don't know how it just came back like that.
I don't know, bro. I know here in LA, like the biggest skating rink, which is closed down again, it was huge, and they had closed it down. Then Beyonce got involved, and she helped open it back up. So all of a sudden, it was booming. But when she went away from it, all of a sudden, it's closed down again. So the closest one to here, where I am, is probably about 30 minutes away.
Okay.
Probably about 30 minutes away. They're all on the outskirts of LA. There aren't any here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
So but I skate. I don't skate as well as my son, but I skate.
So were you skating before you decided to have the event? I mean, off and on?
Oh yeah. I mean, we've been rolling since we were like teenagers. Since we were teenagers. So with that, all the stuff that my son does now, I taught him how to do, which is great. But I wouldn't try and skate backwards to save my life right now.
You could do it.
I can crisscross and bounce and roll and rock and all that other stuff. But to be out there with a gang of people you got to watch, and kids and the rest of that, and go backwards, nah. I might do it if it's just me by myself, but not when it's people I got to watch. But yeah, man, we went about a month ago. The family, and we had a great time. It was my youngest, his first time being on skates in years.
Okay.
And he fell a few dozen times, but he would not quit. He would not give up.
Right.
So yeah, when the part came on where you can just dance and rock on skates, he was all for that, man. But yeah, you're right. It's making a comeback, brother. Wish you could come down.
Yeah, I was looking at the last month when you were first planning it. It was going to be a surprise that I was going to show up because I spoke to your son about it. And I was like, okay, don't let him know I'm coming. I'm just going to show up. And then he called me back and said they had changed the date. I was like, okay, so I don't know if I could make it.
Yeah. We have that coming up on the 20th, man. We have my first public here in Los Angeles. I've done boxing classes, Chicago, New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, but I've never done a public boxing class here in Los Angeles. Okay. So we have our very first one coming up on the 22nd, which is the Wednesday after that event. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to have a client of mine, one of my featured students, help out with the boxing class. So yeah, I'm excited, brother. I really am.
So you're going to have a boxing and you have roller skating.
Roller skating, boxing. We have a dodgeball tournament. We're working on that right now. We talked to somebody who could possibly help facilitate that. They do outdoor athletic events. And it's called Pull Up, and I'll plug them. But if you look up pullup.com, it's by his brother Anthony. Okay. And what they do is they set up outdoor. They'll set up like an outdoor event for you. So if you want like a boot camp, depending on whether you want adults, kids, whatever age range, whatever athletic ability you may have, they do all that. So we're looking to do an adult dodgeball tournament, which is I've broken my thumb twice playing that.
Dodgeball? You broke your thumb playing dodgeball.
It can be. It's adults. So yeah. So it can be intense.
I don't understand how you did that.
No, it's 50-yard field. You have two teams, one on each end. Right. You set the balls in the middle of the field. Count down. Everybody rushes to the middle, rushes back, and starts throwing.
Oh, so rushing to the middle is when you hurt yourself.
You grab the I did that trying to block a ball.
What y'all throwing, a baseball?
No. These are people like think Lee Haney.
Oh.
Think Lee Haney. Don't think grandma throwing the ball. Think Lee Haney. These are bros and who are like, just
when they hit you.
Big, big time. Yeah. So with that, I used to play in New York weekly at nighttime. So yeah, it's we have some things coming up, man, that I'm excited about, bro. Opportunity to get everybody together.
You know what tournament I would like to see is tug of war.
Ooh. Okay. Now, I get that. That used to be fun back in the day.
It did.
That used to be fun back in the day. Yeah, that might work.
Yeah.
That might work. Have to come up with a whole new health waiver for them.
Mm-hmm.
Because people don't know how to act.
Yeah. That would be a lot of fun. I like tug of war. That's fun. Especially with all the big people out there, that should be pretty cool. Make sure you put some mud in the middle, so whoever.
Oh yeah, something in the middle, right? Like, I was about to say something nasty. I like to say just a mixture of like cow and dog manure.
Mm-mm. No, that would be a tug of war in Mississippi. This is not Mississippi. This is California.
He say Mississippi.
Yeah, that's my hometown. We probably would do it over in the pasture or something like that, but
man!
Don't do that.
Oh, that's funny, man. That's funny, man.
With this fundraiser you're having now, the purpose of this fundraiser is to raise money for the nonprofit, right?
Right. Well, we're not charging anything for the kids that come through. We're not, and by all calculations, it costs about $30. I think we're charging $35, but that includes your entrance fee, that includes your skate rental, that includes your skating time, and that includes lunch for you and your family. So it's actually a really good deal. You wouldn't find that anywhere. But we're asking people to support by sponsoring one child or however many children they can, and that's where all that goes.
So what if somebody wanted to buy how much the tickets? What, $35?
$35.
And what if somebody wanted to buy a few tickets and just tell you all to give them away? Can they do that?
Absolutely. Well, we have people doing that now. One of the construction guys who's working nearby, really, basically like an adopted uncle, So he just, he tells his people and passes around a jar, so to speak, or we pass around a jar.
Wow.
And that's where that goes to, man. But it's just sponsoring the kids, bro, and because it's free.
Yeah.
The kids in which we are highlighting, the ones in which we are trying to help, these are the ones who couldn't afford this regularly. So, yeah, man, it's an exciting time. It takes me back to when I was growing up and we didn't have events. Anything we wanted, we had to make ourselves. Any athletic events, sports teams, or anything like that, we had to do that ourselves. And you don't realize how much that was a blessing until it comes a time where you have to put in that work and watch those things manifest. You get it? Yep. Or you'll go to an event that's set up by these huge corporations like the Dodger Foundation or some of the other ones in which we've gone to, and you'd be like, man, I wish they had that when we were kids.
I remember when we were coming up, we used to have, we make our own basketball rim.
Out of milk cartons, or bicycle rim.
Bicycle rim. Yep. We used to do that. Put it on a tree.
That's right. Oh man, that's right.
Put it on a tree.
That's right.
I remember we used to not playing ball for some. I don't even know why we did to play softball. Put a whole bunch of rags together, tie them up, make them out of a ball, wrap it on. If you have a ball that was kind of old, you just put a lot of towels or a lot of stuff.
I did put some duct tape on it, man.
Yeah. And then we always improvise.
All the time.
I was mentioning to someone today, I won't call no names, that, right now they're talking about on the news, the big hype is, of course, the inflation is really bad right now.
Right.
And gas prices. And you, of all people, would probably be able to come up with a good analogies of what's going on with the gas prices being high, poverty being at an all-time high. It's kind of seeming as though that crime is also going up because of poverty. And I was saying that I don't know if that's the case because I've lived in a poverty area where we didn't have a lot, and our crime wasn't any higher than what it already was. So I'm wondering, do you think crime is higher because of poverty?
No, man, I think, and this is the real of that fact, and this is across the board, white, black, everything. Anything that goes on in your neighborhood is adjacent, has nothing to do with anything other than proximity. That's all it is. The things that go on in our neighborhood are normally done by people in our neighborhood. The things that goes on in more affluent areas are typically done by people in those areas.
Okay.
We grew up broke. And there, we had, the story. We had churches and we had liquor stores on most corners and that kind of stuff. Right. Like I say, anything organized that we wanted, we had to do that ourselves. But the crime rate, bro, was no more so, I guarantee you, no more so than it is now, in my opinion. But the media will let you believe that this is what's going on. And if it bleeds, it leads. If I can scare you into tuning in or staying tuned in, this is what's going on. Oh my God, we have firsthand access to this.
Right.
Okay. Oh my God, tune in.
Right.
This just in.
Right.
That man, bump that, bro. And they will desensitize you without informing you correctly.
Yeah,
okay?
I totally agree because I don't see where, in my mind, because I've lived in neighborhoods where it was bad, and poverty didn't have anything to do with it. You just have bad people that's going to do bad things, and whether they have money or not. And
that has nothing to do with anything other than just access and proximity, man. That's it.
Right. Yeah.
So, and don't get me wrong, if I'm hungry and I don't have anything, I don't have access to anything, I don't know any better, and I have this pistol on me, which opens up all kinds of doors, why not use it? I understand the mentality because I used to watch it. Right. I'm not saying it's correct by any means. Don't get me wrong with that.
Right.
I understand the mentality. I understand how a child who doesn't have the guidance that's necessary for him to become an affluent man is more likely to take a risk standing on a corner, selling something for 3-4 hours a day. He's going to make more in that one day than he'd make in a week at a McDonald's or something along that line. Again, I'm not saying it's correct, but I'm saying I understand the mentality. If you come from a hustle neighborhood, and you see hustlers, you see how they work, you emulating them. Get it? That's what I have to do. Okay, so let me practice that. And eventually you become good at it. That's the real of the neighborhood. It's on the flip side of that. If I'm in a 2-parent household, my father and my mother both went to college. I've watched them study to get ahead and do their thing in which they're doing. I've watched them invest back into their community. Take the money that they make and invest back into their community. Right. You get it? Even though they may work in our neighborhoods. That is the issue I've always had with the sheriff's departments here in Los Angeles and that kind of thing, because none of them live here.
Right.
They all live on the outskirts in more white and affluent areas, and that's the real of it. Pasadena, Orange County, two totally diverse areas compared to LA in those areas. But the people who live out there work here, and they take that money and put it back out there into their schools, into their churches, and into their neighborhoods. Get it?
Yeah.
We don't do that.
Right.
Also, we don't have they don't give us the power to not necessarily police, but to affect our community on a large scale. That's what we're trying to do. What we're trying to do is make the neighborhoods self-sufficient. That is the goal, to make our people self-sufficient, to empower our people. We don't need anybody else. Mm-hmm. And it has nothing to do with exclusion. It has nothing to do with excluding anybody or any race. It has everything to do with empowering those areas.
Well,
everything to do.
I like the whole premise of your nonprofit because it does bring back the community in my mind. When you're doing events, roller skating and playing ball and all those things in your community, it brings back to me a certain type of family reunion, a family bond. And when I was, like I said, living in a bad neighborhood doesn't mean that the neighborhood that you're going to necessarily steal, because now I will tell you this, most of the time when there is robbing, people saying they're robbing somebody to eat, I cannot understand why they go to the liquor store. Always go to the liquor store. Why are you going straight to the liquor store and rob the liquor store? Anything else, you pass by the grocery store, rob the liquor store, and then go buy some groceries. You really just did that, huh? I'm not saying right. That's exactly what they do.
That's a good point. I have no idea. I don't know, and I guess maybe the same way we could find out why kids or gangsters or whatever will graffiti a school, but they won't touch a church.
Nope.
I haven't a clue. So there's something obviously amiss.
Now, most black kids won't touch a school, won't touch a church.
Yeah.
Most black kids ain't gonna touch no church.
Yeah, I'm not talking about like a synagogue with a swastika and that kind of stuff. I get that.
Yeah, no, but they'll spray their church, but we got this thing about God gonna come get us tomorrow if we do that. And I'm probably going to burn right on up, so I'm not spraying it. You know what else we used to do? This is so stupid, y'all. I'm tell you. When I was living in Mississippi or living in the country, and the music, I can have my music up loud as I wanted to in my Buick.
Right. Just
riding, and as soon as I get to the church, turn it
off. Down. That's right.
And then once I pass by the church, turn the music. Ain't nobody even in the church.
That's right.
It's in the middle of the week, and I'm riding. That's like, okay, just turn it. Everybody get quiet.
Yeah.
Turn it right back up.
Right.
But I love it about us, and that really is who we are. I mean, for some reason, the media portray the African American community and people of color to be such a negative thing, but we are really family people.
Yeah. Overall, man, but we've always had to be. You know.
Yeah.
Honestly, we've always had to be. We've always had to stick together in one way or another. We've always had to come together in one way or another just to make it to where we are now.
Right.
You know, and I mean, if you look at it, the things that have been done to us, I mean, how many people do you know want revenge for that? I don't know anybody who wants revenge for that, even though that could be on the table. Right. You get it?
Right.
For all the things that are done and have been done. But that's not who we are collectively. It's not.
Not at all.
Overall, yeah, not if honestly, and you know, just let us do our thing. Let us start where we need to start. Let us progress and leave us the fuck alone.
That's all I'm asking.
You get it?
Gotta come
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real talk. And the thing is, we don't, and we never have had the choice. We are I won't say the only, but we've never had the choice of not integrating, of not being around you guys in order to be better or to have more or to do more or to do or just to not survive, but to ascend on any kind of level. Right. You get it? We don't have that choice. You guys do.
Right.
You can just be that is a privilege. Right. People don't understand that. That is a huge privilege. If I don't have to go outside of my neighborhood to make a living or to increase the lifestyle for me and my family, how blessed am I to do that? Everything I'm going to do, I'm going to keep here in this community.
Right.
Everything.
Right.
everything. We haven't, that hasn't been our history.
Right.
You get it? And when we had, no, real talk, but when we had a little bit of that, when the factories were paying us very well, and we lived in those neighborhoods where people would walk to work, all those things are gone now.
Right. Yep.
You know?
Yeah.
They're all gone now. But man, I'm trying to bring some stuff back, bro. I am my daddy and mama's child. I'm trying to bring some stuff back. I know what the neighborhood looks like when people are, and I won't say not stressed, but they're at peace. Peace lasts longer than happiness.
A lot
longer.
And it takes a lot less effort to be peaceful than it does.
Exactly. Exactly. So with that, I know what that neighborhood looks like, where you hear laughter.
Right.
Where you hear laughter and people getting together and just shooting the shit or whatever you want to call it. Back in the day, we always had a sense of community.
Right.
We always had a sense of community. So I want all that to come back. Okay. I'm looking forward to getting the kids together where they can just scream and yell. Yeah. That's always a go-to for me when they first come in.
Get very dirty while they outside and just be like, you just got dirt all over you because you've been outside. Yeah.
Go, man. Seriously, bro. Man, you mad? Scream that out.
Right.
Who in here is having a bad day? Let's go. 1, 2, 3. You feel better? No, then do it again.
Right.
Until you're exhausted.
Right.
Until you're exhausted, then let's move forward. Get that out. Be mad. I don't care if you're mad. I don't care if you're crying. I don't care anybody. Get all that out and let's move. Let's go. So what's next? Okay. Do that while you're walking.
Right. Be doing something. Move. Make some kind of movement.
Don't stop and stay there and be mad. No, nobody cares.
So
nobody cares.
Let me ask you this, so I won't take you too long. Tell the people how to reach you. What they need to do if they're not going to be able to come, how they can support.
Well, for the nonprofit, man, and what we do, it's rootedfriendsproject.com. If you went there, everything that we're doing, every area in which we're trying to enhance and to build or increase life is on the website. So if you went to rootedfriends.com, you'll be able to see the events that we have coming up. There's a sign-up sheet for volunteers. There's a sign-up sheet for donors. There's a link on the events page if you want to donate or if you want to sponsor one of the kids that we have coming up. And man, it is for a great cause, bro. And for this one, it's $35. And I had this conversation with somebody the other day jokingly. It's going to cost less for you to have a child have a great day than it would to have for you to do your nails.
That's a good one.
That's real talk.
So
that's real talk.
So they can go to rootedfriends.com.
Project. rootedfriendsproject.com.
Okay, so we'll make sure we put that on the website. I'll let him put that on there now, rootedfriendsproject.com. So I'll say this one last thing and then we'll wrap it up. You know that we started our athletics program today. Baseball thing. What did you think about that?
The baseball, man, bro. I was, and I coached. Yeah. I coached elementary, middle school. I coached high school. So baseball is my thing. I'm looking at the kids, and man, that did my heart good.
I knew you would like that. That's like Sean's. Love this. Yeah, that's all. So we did baseball. So we're getting ready to do tennis and football. So
shoot, man.
So. Okay. Athletics program for people to be able to, so the kids can. I'm just like you, Sean. I really want to make a positive difference in our community. Yeah.
And see, I'm going to say this because I'm sure you don't get enough people giving you props on that. But if you guys do not know, Alvin has a heart toward people in general, especially people who more so look like us, but people in general. And for the things in which he's trying to do, which he does not talk about, the things behind the scene, bravo, man. And the people are not clapping for you. They should. And I wish he'd promote himself more.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with an eye thing, but it's just exposure.
Right.
So, but yeah, Alvin's doing some great things, man. For those who's in your listening audience right now who do not know.
Yeah, I knew that you would like to when we was doing the baseball project. I mean, when we was rolling out the athletics department, I was like, Sean's gonna love the baseball, and this has to be done right because I know, and the guy that does it is a professional baseball player, former, and so I knew he would have it right. It's like Sean's gonna pay attention to every critique and everything.
That's right. I was looking at whether he crossed his feet or whether he did the skip step to throw the ball. You're right,
and he did it.
Yeah, he did it the right way.
Yeah,
he did it the right way. Hands out in front, butt down. Get your balance, man. Yeah, he did it the right way.
Well, I appreciate you, man. I know that we are definitely here at Trying Success and Old Fashioned Health Network. We will be buying some tickets to make sure that you can give it to some kids, to be a part of it. So I am proud of what you're doing, loving what you're doing. So yeah,
I appreciate that, man. And I mean, it's the vision is clear.
Yeah,
for me, it's. There have been some things that I've had that have taken some work and that have come to fruition where you're just like, ooh, I see the fruits of that labor. You get it?
Right.
But this is so much bigger than anything I could imagine. Right. And that's the exciting part because I ain't going to be able to do it without God.
Right.
Real talk, This ain't gonna happen without him. It is beyond me. It is beyond my scope of practice. It is beyond my energy level. It is beyond my frustration. It is beyond any of that. So without him, ain't none of this gonna happen. So I'm excited to see where this goes.
I always tell God, I say, listen, this is above my pay grade. I'm gonna need you to take care of this for me. I'm going to bed. Let you figure this out. Right. Always working out, man. I'm spoiled rotten. I can't tell you, I'm spoiled.
That's right.
Sean, thank you so much for coming on the show. I appreciate you. And then you're gonna come back and give us the highlights of how the project went and talk about the next.
Yes, sir.
So y'all get used to seeing Sean. Yes. So after this one, come back, give us the update on how everything was.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, man.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching Trying Success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. Make sure you like, follow, and share it. If y'all see me looking over that way every once in a while, it's my engineer. He's probably trying to tell me to do something or something, so he keeps me straight. I have a shout out to Nato. He really makes. That's with here. I can't do what I do without Nato.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm about to say, give those bros some props.
Yeah, they really. I mean, yeah. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching Trying Success here on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. We out.